Greetings, Zombie Slayers, Sleepy Jim here. Welcome back to some Call of Duty Custom Zombies. What is this map? It looks very familiar. This is a return to the Swan, guys. This is going to be an edited solo gameplay. Since my last playthrough I did on this map, I have come back to this map to show you guys some pretty cool stuff. Why am I returning to the Swan? Let's put it in terms of the show that this map is based on, Lost. If you ever watched the series Lost like I did, or even just one or two episodes of it, even after the season final of the series, there were a lot of unanswered questions. There was like dozens of questions that people never really got the answer for in the storyline. You know, stuff like what was the deal with the four-toed statue, you know, which civilization built it and stuff like that. What happened to the original inhabitants of the island? Why wasn't Walt in the church at the end, if you remember that? Was the flash sideways real or not? Why was the island underwater at one point? Did the nuke actually go off or not? Why were they like all connected with their lives prior to the crash? You know, what would have happened if the man in black actually left the island or trying to keep him there? We never really got the answers to those questions. And it's a little bit like this map, guys. In my last playthrough, I kind of did a fairly fast playthrough to beat this map solo for you guys. But I didn't get to show you a lot of the really cool stuff that's in this map. Some really amazing stuff that I didn't show you at all. Here's a little Easter egg, by the way. If you get into lockdown mode with the zombie blood, you get this map of the different Dharma Initiative stations. Another little nod to the TV show there. But, for instance, this map has the elemental staffs in it, as you guys know from my last playthrough. So, obviously, I am going to show you guys what those staffs are like. And that's why one of the reasons I'm coming back to this map, to show you guys all four staffs, as well as the upgraded versions, the ultimate staffs, as well. You can actually upgrade those staffs, and to do that you actually need to complete a large part of the Easter egg up to the point where you've got all of the focusing crystals. So first up here, we're going to start off the Easter egg by building the transmitter, I guess it is. So there's three parts that spawn randomly. If you didn't watch my last series or you can't remember, there's the radio that we just placed there. There's the battery right here. And there's also an antenna. These will spawn in random locations in the map. But usually they're fairly easy to find. Just by the way, if you have trouble finding the antenna, sometimes it does spawn up near the hatch ramp. But once we've placed these three parts here on this build table, we'll need to take the battery back off again because we need to charge that up. Now, if you guys don't know how to beat this map and you want to play this and do the Easter egg, this is probably going to be a good video for you guys because it will show you all the steps in one edited video, which might be useful if you're not sure how to do it. So here's the antenna right here. That's one of the spawn locations. I'm also going to show you guys some stuff like the two custom perks, Ring of Fire, and the other one, which is Finders Keepers. A few people ask what Finders Keepers does. Well, I'm going to show you that in this playthrough as well, and some other really cool stuff. Guys, wait till the end of this series because it is going to get even more insane than the last playthrough I did. Remember when I had to survive at the end of that to beat the map? Well, yeah, I won't say too much, but let's just say it gets pretty crazy. Now, to upgrade these stuffs, as I said, what you need to do is you need to place all I think it's 5, is it 5 focusing crystals in here, and you need to have the battery charged up. So that's why we're getting this done. So we place the battery in there to charge it up. That little booth opens up once you pick the battery back up off the build table. So, yeah, we're good to move on to the next part of the Easter egg, and that involves filling up the tube with the zombie souls, that blue stuff that we had in Moon and some of those Easter eggs from the official maps. So to do that, we have to kill zombies with this sonar fence, as you guys will know. And this is such a cool custom trap. Obviously I've been working on this, so this is just the last little bit of filling this tube up. Take out this shrieker in a second here. These things are super annoying. By the way, if you're having trouble with this map, a flopper pretty much protects you from the damage from the fire zombies and the electric zombies. They can still damage you with melee hits, but that's about it. So we got the first focusing crystal there, and we're going to go place that down in the power room in a second here, and move on to the next focusing crystal. There we go, beautiful. So it is round 13 at this point, guys, and the next step in the Easter egg involves using Matryoshka dolls to kill a ton of zombies in the living quarters area of the map. So we'll be working on that next, but I'm coming up here to buy the first of the elemental staves that we're going to be using here and trying out. So we have to come to Pack-a-Punch to do that down here in the Looking Glass Station. Very cool recreation from the TV show. And you also come back here to do one of the last parts of the Easter egg to unjam the signal. So we're here in Jacob's cabin. We're going to pick up the lightning staff. This is a pretty cool, another reference to the show, the cabin where Jacob was hanging out at one point for some reason. Okay, we're back. So let's test out this lightning stuff, see what it's like standard. And we're going to go up top once this round restarts here to test this thing out on some zombies once they start spawning in. Let's deal with this napalm zombie here to start with. Now, I had tried these elemental staffs before, but the non-upgraded versions, and I wasn't too impressed with them. Like, with this lightning staff, you would kind of expect it to be like the Wonder Waff, right? But as you can see there, one shot of that did not kill the zombie. It took 2 shots, close quarters there. So it's not really anything like the Wonder Waff, although it has a similar effect there that they used. Let's grab that max ammo. And what I was doing here is mostly trying to group up the zombies. At round 13, as I said before, I was starting to try and complete the step where you have to kill the zombies with the Matryoshka dolls down in that living quarters area. And I nearly got into trouble here with the zombies landing on my head, dropping down from there right above the entrance, so I had to be a little bit careful there. So I was rounding them all up here and taking them down in there and throwing Matryoshka dolls. It took a long time for some reason. I've done this obviously before, and I don't know why it was taking so long in this playthrough to unlock that next crystal with killing these zombies here in this area with Matryoshka dolls. I went through like, I don't know, 12 of them maybe? Killing pretty much the whole 24 at a time. But I got there in the end, I think 9 rounds later here at round 22, which is crazy. So we should get it here on this next throw. Awesome. So you probably want to have flopper if you're going to use those things. Alright, so we can get the second focusing crystal there and put that in the power room. And then we'll move on to the next part of the Easter egg. The next part of the Easter egg is actually really, really easy, as you guys will know. If you watched the previous series on this map, and I'm just hooking up the Pack-a-Punch again as well. So in between a lot of these time-consuming steps, waiting for the numbers to start ticking again and stuff like that, which you have to do a couple of times. I did stuff like hitting the box to get some decent weapons going. As you can see, I'm already building up quite a lot of points here using stuff like the PPSH. So I'm going to need to get some more grenades here for this step. You can also buy off the wall, I think it's the Garand with the grenade launcher. But it's just easier to buy grenades, I guess. So just like in Call of the Dead, there are these generators that you have to blow up with the grenades throughout the map. Now what's interesting about these generators is, even after you've done this step of the Easter egg, later on they will be all lit up again, and you can actually do this several times. You know, pretty much it resets every round or two, and you can actually do this later on pretty much at will to get a free zombie blood. So that could be useful, I guess, in certain circumstances. Alrighty. So now we should... Is there another one back here I have to get? There might have been one I missed somewhere. Where was it? In this corner over here? Yep. Cool. So there are 4 of them, I think. They're pretty easy to blow up. You don't have to be super precise. There we go. So it gives you a free zombie blood, which isn't really that useful at this point, but the main thing is that you unlock the next focusing crystal over there in the starting area. So I'm going to go and grab that thing. Now, if you're wondering, like, is it really worth it, you know, going to all this trouble to upgrade the staffs, I can definitely confirm that it is 100% worth it. Trust me, guys. The upgraded staffs in this map are just crazy, crazy OP. Probably, I would say the most OP, almost the most OP custom zombies map weapons I have ever seen. And that's saying a lot. Alright, so we're going to place that one in there. We've got another 2 crystals to go. So the next focusing crystal is probably one of the harder ones to get done. And for this we're going to need the shrink gun, or the baby gun, whatever you want to call that thing. So we're back up here. This is the spot I like to run trains most of the time, up here. Now, I didn't have a speed collar, unfortunately, at this point in the game. So, basically, at this stage, what you have to do is you have to get a zombie blood, which is a random drop. So, you can get it quickly, or it can take a while. It's just random chance, using the non-upgraded lightning stuff here a bit. But once you get the zombie blood, what you have to do is use the shrink gun or the baby gun during zombie blood on these little staves that will be visible where those yellow points of light are. Now it does seem to be random, but one of them, when you shoot it, it will shrink the large crystal down to a usable size. So getting a few points, I guess, off using this stuff. And it's got so much ammo in it, I thought I might as well use it up. But I'm not hurting for points at this point in the game at all. Round 25 here. So we just had the electric zombie in the last round. I think it was. Round 24. Alright, we got a zombie blood. Finally! That took a while. And now I'm going to try shooting these staves. I usually do this order, and sometimes it'll be like the second one or whatever that does it, but in this case it ended up being the third one that I shot. If you get really unlucky, you might have to wait for a second zombie blood, but we get it here on the next one, or the one after this. There we go, we get it there. Alright, so we can get the next focusing crystal. So as I said before, all of these steps are necessary right up to the point where you have all of the focusing crystals and you can power up the battery. You need to do that in order to be able to upgrade the staffs. But I'm going to show you guys each of the staffs. There will probably be a couple of videos, 2 or 3 maybe videos in this series, showing you each of the staffs and the upgraded versions of the staffs, and some other really epic cool stuff as well that you wouldn't have seen in the first playthrough. So the next one is, the next step to get a focusing crystal is super easy. You just have to go into lockdown mode, and once you do that, a panel will pop up, and just get stuck in here with the zombie for a little while, so I'll run him around. And the panel will pop up outside this lockdown area where you have to enter in the lost numbers. So we're going to do that in a bit. here once the lockdown ends. So yeah, this map, guys, is just amazing. Like, it really is my favorite custom map of all time. I don't say that lightly either, but here I'm entering the numbers in, so starting with 4. After playing this map a lot, you definitely get to know these numbers off by heart. Because they have significance right the way through playing this map. Like they're the round numbers where the electric zombie will appear, stuff like that. And you've got to put them in this part of the Easter egg and everything like that. So basically, with the round we're at now, round 25, I think that we only have one more round where the electric zombie will appear. And anyone who has actually played this map will know what a pain in the neck the Avogadro is. Like, probably most downs in this map will be caused by the Avogadro. Just because of the fact that he zaps you, he disorients you. You know, he just does a ton of damage if you don't have flopper and stuff like that. So he's a real pain to get rid of because you have to knife him and everything like that. So I am going to look forward to getting to a point where we have killed him for the last time in this map at round 42 and we no longer have to worry about him. But that's still a fair way off here. We'll see if we get that far. But what we do know is we have got the next focusing crystal, so I'm going to put that in the power room as well. And that is the last one we need for us to be able to power up the battery. But what you actually need after that is to wait for the numbers to start ticking down so you can enter them into the computer, save the world, and that will power up via the focusing crystals the battery. But the cool thing about this is, at this point, we can actually place any of the elemental staffs in here, just like we put the battery in here, and that is how you actually power them up to get the elemental versions of the, the upgraded versions of the elemental staffs. So yeah, round 25 here, we can start getting the upgraded staffs now. But exactly like we did with the battery, and I'm just placing the powered up battery here now. Now to unjam the signal, we need to go back to the looking glass station, and there will be now a hatch that's opened up, a little room in there where we can turn off the jamming signal so we can get rescued if we survive long enough. But I'm also going to show you guys, I need to actually kill myself here, by the way, so that I can switch up my perks, because I forgot to get what was I going to show you guys? The Finders Keepers perk. So I'm just waiting for this zombie. He's gonna kill me, and then I'll be able to switch up my perks and buy that to show you guys what it does. You have to be a little bit careful. Sometimes the zombies will actually knock you into part of the map that you get stuck in and you can't get out. So this zombie's pushing me around. But the cool thing about this is with this solo quick revive, they've actually fixed it so that all the zombies die when you get revived, so you don't get stuck in a crowd of zombies like you do in Black Ops 2 sometimes when you get revived. I love this gun, the Agarthan Reaper. It is a beast. So there we have the new custom perk, Finders Keepers. And I'm going to show you guys what that does, but it'll be a little bit later on. Okay, now obviously to power up the elemental stuff, I'm just showing you guys here that you can get the zombie blood by shooting the generators later on as well. But to power up the elemental stuff and upgrade that to the ultimate version, you need to do the same thing as with the battery. You just simply need to enter the numbers in to save the world, and that will power up those doodads, those focusing crystals, and it will transform the staff into the ultimate elemental staff. So we're going to get the lighting staff upgraded here to Kimat's Bites. Now, I am going to show you guys what this is like, but it's going to be the next episode. Thanks for watching.
Did you